playing the game is different for everyone. Life is a game, and we all get to choose what we want to win or lose at the end of it. So I just zoomed up because honestly my nails are looking really cute. I did them last night. Like look at that. Can you see that? Can you guys see the dedication right there? I know you didn't come for the nails, but like I spent 2.5 hours on them, and I'm pretty proud of them. Okay, all right. It was, oh my gosh, it was fun. It was fun, and this is a game that I enjoy playing. Some people may think you spent 2 hours to mold little ducks and other fun little things on your fingernails just for them to maybe fall off in 2 days when you go to work and have to wear gloves and do the... Yes, I did. And I feel like I have won. I have won in a way that most people will never win. Because there is something specifically that I am looking to win. And that is a smile on my face every time I look at my nails. And I'm like, wow, I did that. And I can do that. And I can make these little tiny shapes and form them on my nail. That's... what a reminder. So in life you get to choose what games you want to play, and I am here today to talk to you about that a little bit more. So it's your girl Esther Joy coming at you with another video. On this channel we love to talk about love, light, joy, and peace, and today I am going to be sharing with you how to play the game and what I've learned from playing the game, because there are no instruction manuals and the rules are different, like I said, for everyone. But here are some things that I've learned along the way, because we often compare ourselves to what others are doing. And first, let me start by saying there are two kinds of games. There's the end game and then there's the infinite game. An end game has an end goal. That could be as simple as running a race. Your end goal is to finish first, to get to the end as soon and as quickly as you can. Another end goal could be any goal you have that has a number attached to it. Most SMART goals are end goals. They are simple goals that you pursue to achieve and accomplish. There's another kind of game, and this game is an infinite game. It is played so that you can continue to play it. It's like Flappy Bird. You play Flappy Bird so that you can continue to play Flappy Bird. You play... There's no end. The level never ends. It just continues to get more and more difficult. And in life, this could be, hopefully, what I like to say, or your career in a way should be as an infinite game. Or at least that's, for me personally, how I want it to be. Something that I enjoy doing and I want to get paid so I can support myself in doing that more. And that's what, for a lot of artists, that's an infinite game that they're playing. They want to create art or music or, express that energy in such a way where they are given the opportunity to continue to express that art and the expression that their soul has. And that is the end goal, to continue to do just that. I think that this YouTube channel is a great example. I created it because I wanted to have a, eternal reminder to be gentle with myself and and to connect with God more and to cultivate goodness within my own life. And I found that this YouTube channel and my other social media channels have been a really beautiful way to continue to cultivate this energy. And because of that, it has opened so many more opportunities for me to speak, to share, to connect more deeply on this matter. And I love it. And I'm so thankful. So, of course, there's also the game that you don't know you're playing. By the way, you lost the game. If you know what I'm talking about, you know I lost the game too. And we're gonna just dial it back for a second, because I wanted to let you know that as long as you continue to play the game, you cannot lose. When it comes to an end game, where you have an end goal, the only way you lose is by giving up. I remember back when I used to run track, it was a rainy day and I slipped and fell. We were running a 100 meter. You know, it's a short race. There was no recovering. And I still got up and I still finished. And I got 6th place. There were only 6 of us running. And, I got more cheers though, and I even got like a recognition medal because I got back up, and I thought that's really interesting. I think it's obvious that when you're running, even if you don't win, at the end of the day, the race really isn't against other people. It is absolutely against yourself. And even when I was competing in swimming, you might notice I only do non-contact sports. And I think it's because I find it important to keep the pressure on myself and reduce the level of excuses that I can put on other people for my performance. I do think when you're running a race and you have someone who is a formidable opponent running next to you, you both can encourage each other and amplify and improve your own game. So that competition is no longer like, I gotta bump this person out. It's that person is pushing themselves so hard, it is making me want to push myself harder. Because they're unlocking a level that maybe they knew, and I think I can do that too. I think I can unlock a level that I didn't know. And I'm sharing this video really because I felt, I feel a little anxiety, living life. I'm a 25-year-old human being, and I'm living with my parents, and I have friends that are like 21 years old that are multi-millionaires, and I also have friends that are chilling and they're loving life and they're doing what they love, but they're also ready for the next chapter. And I have friends that are in good places. I have friends that are in not so good places. I have friends that are getting married. I have friends that are raising the whole family. I have friends that are living the life of their dreams. And sometimes I look at my life and I think, things like they're running the race and they seem to be way ahead of me. And so I'm making this video to remind you that the race is not over until it's done. And the only one that you are against in this game of life is yourself. When we start looking at other people, we tend to veer out of our own lane. And it is so important to stay in your own lane if you want to reach the optimal speed and flow that is for your life. You know that whole saying that the way of the ungodly is like a diverse path full of temptation, but the the way to heaven, the way to God is straight and narrow, that end goal, which some may even have end goal to get to heaven, it's straight and narrow. It means to focus on your energy and where you are going, because there are many distractions in this world. And I 100% believe that God has planted the seed of life that brings forth heaven on earth in your heart, in your soul. And the more you are able to concentrate and focus on what it is you are here to do, to hone in on your skills, you will find it. You will find that flow, and you will see yourself beating your own personal records, because you are recording and you are paying attention to the things that matter in your life. And the devil is slippery, will make it seem like other people's things somehow connected to yours. But in reality, every single person is playing the game. Now, back when I was a bit younger, a little bit more rebellious and smoked a lot more marijuana, I remember tripping out a couple of times, and people would randomly, mid-conversation, say, "You're playing the game. I'm playing the game too." Look me dead in the eye. This happened 3 or 4 times, and it was an experience that really struck me. You know, in my mind, why is that popping up? And of course, I've shared this story before. There was one instance where I was in my room, my brother came up, he said it's time to eat, and then he said, "You're playing the game, I am too." And then he went and we ate, and I was kind of bugging out. I was like eating my food and looking at him, and then eating my food, and then after dinner I was like, what did you mean by like playing the game? He's like, "When did I say that?" And I was like, oh my gosh. But this has been quite a reminder that games are meant to be fun as well. They are meant to have this element of joy and spontaneity and, just entertainment. It's supposed to be something that excites you. I think in this world we tend to weigh ourselves down with the worldly matters more than necessary. And there's such a beauty in finding release from the seriousness of it all, realizing that this is a temporary human experience, that we do not know everything, that we will never know everything in this body, and that is okay. But this body was created for a reason, and it's a fun game to find out what that reason is and to follow through and to achieve those things which are on your heart to accomplish. It has been quite a journey in my life personally to understand what it is I am here to do, how to do it. I think that's the biggest thing, how to do it. And the why is pretty deep in there. Why must I do this? I think God's given a clear direction on that. Now, playing the game of life, you should set systems that you enjoy. I think right now I'm realizing, especially as I get older and I meet more people and I develop my sense of sovereignty, sort out my priorities, I see how there are many distractions. I think a part of my, my life purpose is to take care of my family but it can also be a distraction if I don't have healthy boundaries, knowing where that begins to impede on the health of my own soul and that bigger priority of healing the life forms that I am here to deeply connect with and assist. Games are interesting. If we're playing a game, how can we approach life in a more playful way? How can you experiment more? And especially that idea of a game over that never really seems to scare you because you know you can always start again. I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to get it right the first time, to not fall down in the middle of the race. But the good thing is that we can always get up, that there will be more races to run, and that from falling we learn a valuable lesson about endurance that we could not learn without that failure. If life is a game, where can you play more? Where can you allow yourself to relax and release some of the seriousness that you feel was so necessary to accomplish what it is you are here to do? If we're looking at life in our own lanes, then where have we veered off, and how can we bring ourselves back into the straight and narrow? You don't have to feel bad if you stray off, and you don't have to feel bad if you're not really sure what that end goal looks like for you at this time, or even that infinite goal. I think the best part about this life is that you can just be, and you can experiment, and you can have fun doing the most simple things. I had so much fun doing my nails, coming up with the idea and then creating it. It's so much fun. I'm having so much fun, and I feel so thankful that I'm able to talk to you about these things, because imagine if this just stayed in my mind. Thank you for hearing me out and being there as I kind of, we unravel this part of life and find a balance with playing the game of life without getting too attached, and having patience that we don't always have to be running the race to win. Oh my gosh. I feel so thankful for life. I feel so thankful to be alive, to be able to talk and share this with you. I feel so thankful for the experiences that I've had, good and bad. And the last part I wanted to share today, I love how I froze, is that there is a feeling of defeat when we fail that I would like to address, because you must learn to fail in order to play the game right. It's a game. You must approach life in the way where, if you're playing an infinite game, the only way to fail is to stop doing what it is you want and love to do. What your soul literally needs to do. If you have finite game goals, failure is something that actually accelerates you reaching those goals. If your goal is to be a millionaire, then you're gonna have to fail a lot. Things are not gonna work out just like that. You're gonna have to grapple in the dark and feel your way out, and you might stumble a couple of times. But that is the most important part of playing the game, is learning from your failures and not being afraid to fail. The person with the highest level, do you think their correlation to how many times they may have died in the game is connected? Possibly, potentially. I mean, hey, some of us are, it's a little easier for us to grasp things. But I think it's important to have grace with yourself and to embrace the failures that have approached you in your life, whatever they may be, whoever you may, see as someone or thing that has contributed to those failures. At the end of the day, if they are obstructing your way from reaching those goals that you are here to accomplish in this game of life, then you need to learn from them. And it's so easy to learn from your failures once you are humble enough to admit that you have failed. And it wasn't because of X, Y, Z, or maybe it was, but you see that there's still a way for you to succeed. Even if it's just a little bit, even if you fail again, it is so important to continue to go, because that's how you grow, that's how you level up, and that's how you enjoy life a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna leave with this quote because I saw a friend and they were like, the best life hack is to know what you want in life. And I really want to encourage you, and we'll take a few breaths before we go on with our day, to just breathe into what it is that you really, in your soul, it is calling for you to go and to do, to experience, to see, to feel, to taste, right? Let's just take a few breaths. We'll take 3 right now. Two more, and just allow yourself to breathe. You don't even have to think about anything. Thank you for being here. And last breath right here, last one. Yay. Isn't it cool that we get to live right now with all of the weird things that are happening and all of the cool technology? I'm telling you, I think I was brought to Earth really for the food. The technology is cool and all. I mean, look what I can do with my nails. You think they could do that? But yeah, alright. Thank you for joining me on this kind of longish video talk. I hope that it got you aligned back with what you are here to do. Just a little divine reminder. And I pray that you have fun today, that you feel into those goals, the game that you're playing, that we are able to focus on our line of awareness and consciousness that God has given us to walk, and that we do it diligently, that we do it well, and that even if when we fall or, God will pick us up so that we can continue, and that we will do the work to strengthen ourselves, our body, minds, and soul. So that end goal, the things that we are given, that God allows us to accomplish, that we push so hard for and already have accomplished, that we are able to celebrate and praise His name even more. Amen. In the name of Jesus Christ, period. Okay, so thank you for joining me today again. That little prayer, I feel pretty set for the week, and yeah, I hope that things unravel for you. You are able to prioritize what is most important to your soul at this time, and I will see you in the next video. Feel free to comment below what it is you are prioritizing, what the game of life looks like for you, and I will see you in divine timing. God bless. Namaste.